As Alan and I were actually going to take the day as the interns went into OKC to actually hit the news stations and the newspapers upon arrival at every single news station or newspaper. We were pretty much turned away because of COVID. Nobody was working from the office. I wasn't expecting Oklahoma City to be one of the most shut down places we visited, but yet it was. And I think it was kind of a wake-up call in a way of, man, coronavirus is very different in each city. Some are really shut down, some are, fairly open and operating. But I think it kind of, created an intensity to keep up with what's going on in each city that we're about to go into and try to get a good idea of the vibe before we enter.
Oh yeah, we are at Native Spirits Winery, I do believe. We're hooked up to water, we're good to go. Now we're just chilling.
What are you doing with the oil on the shoulder? Don't do that.
I wanted stuff to
No, he's gonna hit. It's not me, not on myself.
Oh, I guess that.
Good, for good reason. For good reason.
For the first dozen, can we get 6 glazed?
The rest of the day we have to do everyone's laundry, so it's gonna be a long day. We're gonna do that and then go to the grocery store, get ingredients for Thai Penang curry.
We're gonna celebrate Dylan's birthday today, so we're gonna get him like a cookie cake and play games tonight, or try to do something special for him.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Dylan. Happy birthday to you.
So as a wellness coordinator on this trip, my success is so much more in everyone's individual experience. So I'm really here for just the people, like the team, just wanting to make sure that each person has at the end of the summer some growth and some experience that they can look back on and say, wow, I had the time of my life, not just because it was a crazy trip, but because I was challenged to be out in the public and talk to strangers and grow in that way, or I was challenged to learn how to communicate better while living in a tiny camper with like 7 other girls.
Sore throat, coughing?
Nah, feel great.
Just symptoms of birthday boy?
For me, I just want to grow in that service, that kind of servant leadership. To love people really well by listening to them and by supporting them in ways that they don't really even recognize, or they don't have to recognize, that it's just kind of seamlessly a part of the experience. So that by the end of the summer, everyone feels loved and they feel cared for and they feel like they grew and had just a really awesome time.
My name is Steve Coconow. We're here in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, and we are in a store called Shop Good. I've got my little plant shop inside Shop Good. I mean, they do have some health benefits, obviously, being air purifiers. I think it's kind of a good mental relaxation too for a lot of people. It makes you feel good about yourself and just kind of a relaxing time to be able to go through your house, water your plants, take care of them. It's just kind of a meditation. I just want to be able to share that passion. I will say one thing for Oklahomans, that there's a lot of really awesome people here, really care about their state, other people. I think everyone's very generous, nice. I think a lot of times, maybe socially and politically, we're still a little bit behind, but I think we're slowly getting there. I think we're trying to do a little bit more for the people that we have in our city.
When we got to Oklahoma City, we started to realize that COVID was starting to rise. Right after we left Nashville, the mayor or governor turned the entire state of Tennessee back to phase 2. When we got to Oklahoma City, most places were shut down and not many people were walking around. And we were planning to go to Dallas, Texas and Austin, Texas, and at that point cases were rising so rapidly we had to make an executive decision to stop nix Texas from the itinerary and drive west to Amarillo.
here in Amarillo at the Cadillac Ranch, where somebody planted a bunch of Cadillacs in the ground and left them here, and people like to paint them. That big guy over there is painting a couple letters on them too. We got the whole Zoon Garden bus tour out here with. Actually, we weren't even supposed to come to Texas, but we figured we'd take a little pit stop and see this.
Hey, you guys come over here. What are we doing?
You're gonna do the shape of your letter.
But don't block the letter. The letter's important. Deidre, you're a nose. You got it?
Yeah, I got it.
Leave your mark.
The yeets and the yaws, children.
Hold on a second. Get your favorite platform ever. Which I still have not gotten any.
Now that's glory.
Oh my
Full
God.
blown. Stand up on it. You got it.
Don't.
This hay, this wheat looks like Gladiator.
Oh yeah, when they come in and take his family and everything, he comes back and finds them all.
And at the end, when he's going,
saddest scene ever.
when he's going into heaven and he's walking through the hay.
When we turned on the news, you kind of know, country's going crazy. So check it out, available on Amazon, and follow us on Instagram. We got some wild adventures. Ciao, ciao. Caveman out.
We stopped very briefly in Farwell, Texas, where we stayed at a local restaurant and did a little book signing.
Alright guys, so we are in Farwell, Texas today, and we stopped here at Annie's and Martha's Artisan Bakery. Pretty much we're stopping by. It's a small town, but we want to get that Texan feel. So thank you so much for having us today.
The zookeeper grants the animals freedom to rule the zoo however they want. And the wolves want it one way and the sheep want it another way. And slowly the zoo crumbles. So, yeah. That's one of the main keys. We talked about how empathy is sort of an antidote to dogma. And so if you can get people to start understanding why people believe certain things, then you can start modifying it that way. And I think that's a very, very simple solution, but that's kind of where it starts on my side.
I would go with you.
Thank you guys so much for putting this on for us. It's a sweet little stop. Thank you, Caffeination Station, the ladies who got us connected here. Thank you, Herman, our very own, for making it happen. Zoon Garden, one of my best friends right there, signing his book as we speak. Jordan O'Donnell quit working for the FBI about 9 months to a year ago to finish writing this book that he'd had on his heart and mind for a while. This is actually a real big treat because everything else in Texas we had to cut because of all the spikes and stuff in the last week. Just trying to be as conscious as we can about that whole situation. There are some books for sale. I mean, that's kind of the point of our trip. If you guys are interested, $10 signed copy. I'll even hook you guys up. Special offer, limited edition today. You can get a photo with the author. So much, guys, and we're probably going to hang around for 10 or 15 more minutes before we got to scoot on out of here, and then we're going to shack up north of Santa Fe tonight and for the next 2 nights, and then onward through a couple of the national parks and whatnot. So, yep, that's all I got to say.
Have you checked New Mexico? Because they're making me do a 14-day quarantine.
An hour before we left for New Mexico, we realized that they had a law in place. If you went into the state at all, you had to quarantine for 2 weeks. So we had to make a very last-minute decision after driving 10 hours from Oklahoma City to Amarillo, Texas, down into Farwell, Texas, whether we would drive straight through New Mexico and probably get into Arizona at 4 in the morning, or whether we would stay over at a small winery in New Mexico and interact with nobody and quickly leave the state. We chose the latter decision. We got to New Mexico probably about midnight. I think we had left Oklahoma City around 6 a.m. and were absolutely, utterly exhausted going into the high Rocky Mountains right past Santa Fe. And right when we get there at midnight, the owner, very worried about COVID, obviously, grabs a giant bottle of red liquid, which was choke cherry wine, which was basically hand sanitizer or Everclear, their homemade hand sanitizer, start splashing it in all of our hands and telling us to splash it on our faces. And it was a crazy moment for all of us.
Spot. Are you at the spot? What's up? Are you at the spot?
Yeah,
It's all the way at the top.
I can see it. I'm just asking
Okay.
you. I'm looking at that and I'm asking you a question.
Yeah, it's there.
So which see if you're awake.
We make New Mexico fruit wines. So this is strawberry, chokecherry, plum, raspberry, and apple. We don't use any grapes at all, so it's all just fresh New Mexico fruit. Everything that we pick is wild. We get it all from our farms up north, just north of here, about 35 miles. So my philosophy is to just let the fruit talk through the wine and not fight with it, and not try to alter it, not try to change it. So people add sulfites as a preservative, but if you make the wine with fresh fruit, those antioxidants that are in there act as sulfites. So that's kind of my philosophy, is let the fruit talk, don't add anything to it, let it just be natural and let it say what it needs to say. So we had to sort of pivot the business plan, and that's where we started making hand sanitizer. And that's been awesome because it's not only been something that's kept us alive, but it's something that we can help our community. Something that I feel strongly about is supporting my community. And that's why I invited you guys here, because I want to make sure that I'm taking care of people. And so the Catholic Church at that point had a problem because they couldn't have any sacraments, because you have to have the wine for the sacraments. And after they started making wine out of the chokecherries, that became the very first wine. And that's why we make chokecherry wine, is to maintain the history of New Mexico, maintain the history of the wine industry, maintain the history of the New World, and that's where the chokecherry came from.
We quickly left New Mexico, not wanting to violate the quarantine rule, and didn't interact with anybody, and went straight from New Mexico to Arizona. And that is when we had our first terrible trailer accident.
Some guys started hollering at us, like freaking out to the left of us, and said we were tossing sparks and flames out the back and smoking. And then we pulled over and the whole wheel bearing was smoking and the tires been wearing unevenly. So we put this on literally like 2 days ago, brand new, and it's already completely worn on this side. There's something in here that's messed up, and we gotta probably put a new brake inside it.
So do you guys have some grease there too, you can sell me? Yeah, I got it apart now. Yep, I'll bring it. Okay.
So like monuments, and then parks as well. If there is like a famous park where you think that a lot of people are gonna be, we could send people to, maybe. But because you actually had breweries, distilleries, wineries, bars. I missed that.
You got all the good stuff.
Yeah.
Just gonna put alcohol.
Yeah.
Anybody else want coffee? Raise your hand.
Coffee?
Sí. Sorry, coffee.
Ooh, I'll take a coffee.
Just seeing like what their thoughts are in Chico, like how it's been, like coronavirus and everything. Because even though that's not an event, or like that might not be an event that we could do, we could still talk to those people. They're super adventure, like outings people, and see like if there's anything there.
When contacting, definitely.
I think Twitter and food is too much for me.
Trying to contact reviewers, like people that reviewed similar books.
I know this girl that works for PragerU. You know what PragerU is?
PragerU? Yeah, I think so.
No, but I haven't talked to her in a while. No, never mind.
You should hit her up.
No.
I keep stepping on this, and I think I'm stepping on something. Should I turn to apologize, or no? Is this just this?
I should apologize either way.
I mean, he was singing it the other day.
It was all a dream. I used to read Word Up magazine. So Master and Heavy D up in the limousine, hanging pictures on my wall. Every Saturday, rap attack, Mr. Magic Molly Mall.
Fast lane, shoot the sparks from the other lane. So we just have to put a new bearing in there, and we should be good to go. But right now, the last piece of the bearing is so stuck on because they melted together because it got so hot.
Is that scar from?
Yeah, that's from the Roman Candle War. Bro, yo. Looks like a flesh-eating zombie got to me.
You should let me pick.
Just get out of here.
Peel that stuff off.
I've been trying.
Nasty infestation.
Sunscreen on your back, you're burnt.
Dude, that is so nasty. I don't even know why you take your shirt off anymore. Like, not worth showing it off.
It's too hot. I got more laundry to do.
That's enough excitement for one day. Dear Lord, please don't let anything else break, at least until tomorrow.
Well, I got to meet some of the locals from New Mexico today.
Cops got called on us for the first time.
Yeah.
Probably not the last time.
Probably not.
Jake's gonna get a hoot out of that.
Look at that brand new hub assembly.
Wow. She's a beaut.
While we were driving, Taylor got a call from Marcello, who had left the trip 5 days earlier, and she gets really silent suddenly and looks up at me and says, Marcello tested positive. And right at that moment I realized, all right, let's start figuring out where we need to get tested and figure out how we're going to start quarantining.
Yeah, it's a little dark where the letters
Yeah, and it's
are.
kind of dirty. It's not dirty.
Well, that's because nobody helps me wash it.
Alan.
Pretty much right when we got into camp in Arizona, we already had a place that we could quarantine in Big Bear, California via our team member Shannon. Our team member Lena had already done some research into testing facilities that we could do while we were in the outside of Flagstaff, essentially in a small town called Holbrook. And so pretty much our team just immediately mobilized, getting tested and getting to a safe spot for us to await the test results.
On boats or at a tourist town an hour and a half away.
I would love to do a boat party.
Boat parties are fun.
Bro, did y'all
We're
hear
in a
about
great
that?
area for them too, because Lake Havasu.
Do your Dos Equis commercial.
I don't always drink beer, but when I do, I drink Dos Equis.
What's that?
Oh, I'm really quirky. I'm not like other girls, so I write things on my arms sometimes.
How's your day, stuff?
That was really fancy, Herman. Oh my gosh.
It's a skill that you acquire. There we go. Are you recording me? This is when you record.
Yeah, I'm recording right now.
Wait, will you
The
guys...
camera comes up. I get nervous.
Oh my. Oh yeah.
What did you say?
Are you drunk?
I am not
Are you
drunk.
Come on.
I don't get drunk.
So in our route to Big Bear, we had one team roll on through Grand Canyon on their way. The other two teams were routing for Joshua Tree. Jordan's vehicle had the same bearing issue, broke down. This time it would be a little bit more extreme, causing them to actually be held up in Flagstaff for a night at a motel. And then the bus crew ended up making it through Joshua Tree and onward to Big Bear. Everybody made it out alive and, pretty isolated, I would say, from the general public on our way, but tried to make the most out of the trip between Holbrook and Big Bear.
Just stand behind it.
What the hell?
Woo! Grand Canyon!
Look at this.
Doesn't even look real.
You don't look real.
I am not real.
Feel very happy to be here.
Does it make you feel like you're insignificant to the size of this world?
It makes me feel like going climbing. I don't know if I would make it back up.
I feel like going down is the hard part.
You think? No, going up is.
That's what she said.
Oh, Mather, this is Mather Point.
Service. Defining and establishing the policies under which its areas shall be developed and conserved, unimpaired for future generations. There will never come an end to the good that he has done. Alright, my turn.
you take some of me?
Yeah.
Can you take one of me jumping off?
Gotcha. I feel real small next to this big hole in the ground. It's crazy. You can't even really tell how far it is from one side to the other, and like her mom was saying, it just almost looks like a painting back there. Like somebody put a canvas up and just picked up a brush and painted it.
What'd you say?
Talk to me.
All right, don't slip off.
Oh, it's crazy.
Still stopping? Are you still stopping at Joshua Tree? Are you guys still stopping? Awesome.
Oh, pretty. Got some good cake, you two. Definitely should have gone through that sexual harassment training.
I know, right?
Right now.
Right now,
Yeah.
we are in Tonto National Forest. Fancying a nice little hike down this little rock face. We got Dylan Harvey down there right now, examining the lizards. He's got a nice photo for his friends and family back home.
Right. I was just humming right along. It had to have just happened. There's no way. It probably happened when I hit the brakes just now.
You want me to go check over there?
Yeah.
Hook this and Alan can go pick up a tire, you know?
Yeah. Right.
But the thing is, like, the screws literally broke off.
It's like that dog in the meme where he's like sitting down at the table
And it's
like,
on
there's
fire.
just fire all around him. He's like, this is
Insert meme
fine.
here.
Studs and lug nuts.
Yeah.
It broke back here. See it tore up the trailer and everything. As for why it broke back there, I could not tell you.
If you have any trash, get it in here. I'm not sure what to do with this like rusty knife. This is all stuff that I found around the highway and over here. Just thought I'd clean up a little piece of the world.
Can you play that song, Drink a Beer? You know which one I'm talking about? About sitting on the pier?
So what exactly is your guys' plan for the rest of the night? Like, where obviously, I mean, are you gonna try and push all the way through to Big Bear tonight?
Hell yeah. It's only 5 hours and 40 minutes.
Hell yeah!
All right.
We are pumped!
We'll probably be able to fit the majority of it. I don't think it'll be necessary for you guys to add any more time onto that and get there, like, 2 in the morning. So, we'll be able to cover most of it, I think.
All right. Pretty sure we're never going to see that trailer again. I'm fairly certain that's the way it's going to go down.
Valuable and personal belongings.
That's why I'm like, it's kind of a stupid idea to leave it for a week. Because if we leave it for a week, we might as well sell it to them.
Yeah, I got you.
You guys are crashing up that way tonight?
I can't smell right now.
Yeah, we're crashing Flagstaff tonight, and then we're pushing through Big Bear tomorrow.
Okay.
Said I fought 2 wars, been married and divorced.
Okay, just because the sun reflects off the hood, and it also comes in on top, so I'll come like this much.
It's a vibe, man. It's a vibe. Yeah. Will you turn the music up? Yeah.
Whoa! My voice.
Wave hi, Dylan.
Yeah, could you? Can you take a picture?
obviously being back on the West Coast, I'm always a big fan of that. So yeah, there's a lot worse places to quarantine, basically. Not that.
Today's your birthday and we'll chill, but tomorrow we'll definitely.
Oh shit! Happy birthday, man!
Dial
Yeah,
back
thank you, bro.
in. A little late, but we made it, and yeah. Left the trailer in Arizona to get fixed up because the axle's broken. needs to get replaced. So Ralph Soto's gonna hook us up, and apparently we're supposed to pick it up in a week.
And they had all my
Burden off of
clothes.
us.
So after getting berated constantly yesterday for my smell, I finally found some retro ski clothes in the closet.
Got yourself some party pants.
Now I got some party pants to compete with JD here.
Waterboarding. Our boxers over my head, and he was just pouring water. I remember when I searched my backpack, we had gotten like fountain waters from Sonic. We were like dunking it in the Sonic water and then putting it on our face. And it like wasn't enough, so it just got wet. I like put the shirt over my face. I was like, pour it. Just pour it. I was like,
Also really fun because we got to go see Grand Canyon.
Yeah, Horseshoe Bend was like the most incredible thing I've ever
we got to
seen.
go to Horseshoe Bend. We didn't go into the canyon, so we just went north. 106. When we were on the side of the road, it was hitting like 100, 102. Yeah, we didn't have any water, and it was basically terrible.
And she comes over to me and she's like, Taylor wants to talk to you. And Taylor comes to me and she's like, so Dia and Grace aren't here as well.
Taylor just trying to figure this out, and like
We were afraid to speak to you. They're like Jordans in the trailer. Like, still on whether or not we should get an Uber to go into Whole Foods is the most intimidating thing. I was like, no. We do not. I was like, he was.
Finally, Raphael. I don't know why they called him Ralph. But
Ralph,
I think it was Ralph, and they just like missed it in translation. He just comes through and like looks at our stuff, and he's like, oh yeah, we know exactly what to do. Just gets one of the little wooden blocks and like shoves it in between the leaves, and it rides perfectly. We're
We
like,
did it
literally
in literally less than 15 minutes.
Which was so obvious to do, but I just
like a fool?
I didn't think of it. I mean, it definitely wasn't like it was like a trick of the trade for sure.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Like,
I like ran out of the car and I walked in and I was like, do you have water? And she like, there was like a giant case of water and she like pointed to it and I was like, no, the cold one.
He's like yelling. It's like crazy.
But yeah, it was fun. We picked up Jordan a shirt that says, originally it says greatest father, but then they crossed it out and it says greatest garter. And he wore it for a little while, so that was fun.
One positive test with Grace. Everyone else so far is negative, but we've got a handful of people that are showing symptoms and might have contracted it in the past couple of days after the test was taken. So basic thing, we're going to split everybody into, all right, feels terrible, most likely has it, and or does have it. Feels terrible, but doesn't feel too great, but can't really tell whether it's COVID or just heat exhaustion, that sort of thing. So it's like a Steph, Dylan type, and then people who feel pretty much completely fine. We're splitting those three groups, splitting that into different locations around the house, and being smarter about just like not interacting amongst those three groups really at all. So that's the first thing. Second thing, obviously anybody is welcome to leave. Anybody who's negative is welcome to leave whenever they would like. If you do decide to do that, probably get out of here today because Shannon's going to be leaving tonight, right, with your parents. So anybody that does want to get out of here, leave with Shannon today because the longer you wait, the more likely you are to potentially get it and more exposure. The less wise it would be to leave. If you don't leave today to get on a flight to get out of here, then you're basically committing to quarantine here with everybody because the longer we wait around, even if we are in different parts of the house, in different rooms, there's still a significant chance that we could potentially get it.
We're not going to be mad at you. Like, we understand why you're leaving and doing your thing. If you opt to stay, and you start spreading coronavirus amongst the team, it's not your fault. Like, unless you're like hugging and kissing each other, then like smack on the back of the wrist. Maybe not on the back of the wrist, but so just understand that we're like here as a support system. You guys have dedicated your summer for this, and so the last thing that we can do is to start berating you guys for something that we already got you guys involved in.
I mean, I know I can be a hard ass at times, but in serious matters like this, I'm definitely down to sit down with people and chat and just have genuine conversations. So Jake, Zach, Alan, everybody probably feels the same way. So
you guys in the like four bunker, I think Rebecca, you're pretty good today, right? There was like a little bit of funk maybe, but it's gone now.
Yeah, just like
okay, could have been
allergies.
fatigue.
I think it's allergies.
So I think you guys up in the front, which would be you two, Lena, and Leanne. I guess we'll check on Leanne, Steph, Taylor, depending on how you're feeling. You feel
good.
Okay,
And the more we
I
can all
think-
spread out, the better, even beyond those two groups. So
Right.
A couple of tents that anybody's welcome.
Yeah.
Yeah, again, obviously, incredibly happy to have all you guys on this road trip. We really have become family in a lot of ways in only like 3.5 weeks. It's been incredible, definitely an honor to get to know all of you. I do think, some people will probably be leaving today, so we'll probably have to say our goodbyes from a distance, but it's been incredible to have you guys.
It's going to be a reunion.
Yeah, definitely plan on staying in touch, and for those that are staying, sounds like we got some more adventuring to do, even though it's going to be in one house by ourselves.
I think I got him over here.
Yeah, so we're actually staying in Big Bear right now. My aunt had a cabin, which is really nice for her to let us use, and we're just isolating right now. So obviously my dog's quite important to me. I have her tattooed on me. I've only had her for about 1.5 years, but she's helped me a lot with like my mental health. She's actually my emotional support dog. So I take her with me everywhere. Deidre told me the other day that she was proud of me because I've evolved so much with the bugs. Because the first day I got here and I could not deal with any bugs anywhere in my cabin, throwing them out the windows, having other people escort them outside, not kill them.
You're on the bus, right?
Yes, I'm on the bus. And then now I kind of just quietly deal with it a little bit more. But then in terms of how close we've all gotten, like family and everything, we were away for like 2 days yesterday and the day before, and that I was missing everyone so much. So I think our relationships have grown way more than anyone else might expect in 2 weeks, and that's just been super cool to be so close to people. I think we all knew this was going to be an issue, and at some point we were going to have to deal with this. I definitely I think I could be uncomfortable at some points to think about maybe like bringing other people what we might have, and just the nature of that. But I think in general, I'm so happy and so grateful to be able to have met these people. So.
I love you.
I love you too.
Like my little sister. Don't let anybody F with you, alright?
I will never.
You tell them my Uncle Jake is going to come and take care of you.
I'll call you.
Yeah.
With corona threats, I came back as negative, so I feel like it's just good that I get some distance. So I'm going to go to DC with some family. I don't want to
so soon.
like negatively impact anyone on this trip, so I feel it's best that maybe I go. It's really heartbreaking. I haven't been here very long.
Love you, dude.
But I
Hey,
feel
let
like
us
these
know
people
when
are
you
my
get
family and
there, when
friends.
you get landed,
And I'm gonna miss them so much. I'm the boom operator, by the way, so I'm really behind the camera a lot. But watching these people grow together, us get closer with one another, and get to know each other on a personal and professional level has been a real honor, and I'm entirely grateful for that.
Do you regret at all coming on the trip?
Absolutely not. I am so thankful that I was even chosen to go on this trip. I'd do it again in a heartbeat. But at the end of the day, just rationality and statistically, I want to do my part to the public and make sure that this virus isn't spread or facilitated anymore. So that's why, or that's how I base my decision off of. But if all things were normal the way it was before the pandemic, I would be here entirely for the rest of this trip, and I would have had no regrets either way, pandemic or not.
Because you have fucking horns and wings.
Oh.
Maleficent? Are you so...
Oh my god, the best movie
Sled dog
ever!
movie. Sled dog movie.
Snow dogs.
No, name of one of them.
Alto.
So
yes,
close.
that's
good.
Al Pacino.
No, Schwarzenegger.
Oh no! Oh, what? I think
Yeah, we're trying to do the Terminator.
Oh, you said say hello to my little friend.
That was me, I fucked up.
No. Considerate. Exactly. Understanding. Keep going.
Is there in here?
If you put that in there, I'll be pissed.
Yeah, do you want in?
What is
It's obvious.
I'm on YouTube for it.
All I want is for somebody to rub my feet. Any takers?
No.
Alright.
You got connected or no?
Go, shout. It's your birthday. We gonna
drinks in the air like you just don't care.
Oh wait, I blew
and you know we don't give up your love, so come give me a hug. Yeah, they getting rough. You can find me in the club. Thank you guys.
That's cute.